Fair enough. This was great. I love this kind of stuff for real because it's all like context into the character of who is Awkward's, the behind the scenes stuff that most. This is the kind of what this interview is. This is that like extra, the extra setting footage that you would have on a DVD back in the day, where you would get a lot of information that otherwise isn't easy
Hey,
to
that's
find.
good. People always just ask me the same shit. When you start rapping,
Yeah, nah,
when you gonna
that's
battle again, you
that's
know what I
why
mean?
I
All that
really
type of
fuck
shit.
with Holden, and that's why
Well,
we doing this,
I watched.
because like he didn't ask me anything that was typical. And
Right.
that's why I fuck with Dude heavy, because it was like, yo, you know what?
Right.
Like,
I mean,
this
some of the
is
typical stuff
incredible.
is
How did
important.
I go
gonna-
all these years rapping, doing wild interviews, and I never talked about my actual life? All I ever talked about was like hip hop and
Rap
battle
life.
rap.
Rap
And it's
life.
just
No,
like,
but it's like
I
it's
have
a
a
little
real
bit
life.
of
I'm a human being.
it's like it's hard to find that stuff. I do album reviews for years, and like there's a tier of people where like you get the wiki page, and at that point it's easy. Then you get the breakfast clubs and all that. Then even then, like Breakfast Club is alright, but like I find that if I'm trying to research, because you do album reviews, and then people say research the artist, so you try, and you realize that shit's impossible to do effectively. So I felt like if I try to look you up, I can't do any kind of due justice. So that's going to be even worse in the lower tiers of people, right? I try, and I look at your content, and I see what you're about, and I try to find interviews to see how you think and things like that. But instead of worrying about it, let's just run through your life. Your life is full of stuff, and then you get to guide the ship and tell me what I need to talk about. I'm just going to be curious, and that's the whole formula, honestly, for me at least. And so, like, the next question, though, is a little bit related to some of the more cliche stuff. It is what was like the first moment where like you heard music in that, like it went from that with some stuff that's around you, like we're a Michael Jackson family, to that's my shit, and that's what you wanted to listen to?
I got to give credit to, again, my older brother, and I just think just going to school in general, you know what I mean? You have, when you're a kid and you don't really know about finding your own music and stuff yet, you go to school, what are your friends listening to, and things of that nature. I think, I give a big credit to my brother and big credit to just, people at school. You'd be at school and be like, did you hear the new Snoop Dogg? Or, whatever, did you hear Ready to Die? That kind of thing. And I think that's a lot where it comes from, where I decide like this is what I like the best out of everything else.
And what was
but I still, even then, I have a wild eclectic music taste, you know what I mean? But obviously hip hop at my core for sure.
What was the first hip hop one that was like you were like, yo, like do you remember the first one?
Oh, the first rap record that got like, oh shit, my fault. The first rap record that I probably heard that got me pumped. This is gonna sound terrible, but fucking Can't Touch This, MC Hammer. That shit, I was on.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Let me tell you something. I know what it is.
My music make me
like,
so bug. Make me say, oh my Lord.
MC Hammer. That was a big one. That was a big. I had the pants and the pumps, everything, bro. Serious business.
I feel you. I did not have the pants, but I was heavy on, right? Like we were kids. Like,
and Hammer's a real motherfucker. He'll pull up on you, bro.
Yo, real ass. Come to find out, right?
It ain't no game. It ain't no game at all. Hammer. it ain't no.
Yo, the Bay.
Not just a catchy name.
Like the way that you said that Stockton will like fight for the Diaz brothers, the Bay will fight for Hammer,
and they won't even have to, because Hammer will just do it.
He fed a lot of families out there, though. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like
he did.
Like that's a thing that, when the same way that you say like, yo, I went to school with this guy and he pitched a perfect game. That's dope. Like there's people out there in the Bay, right? That they're probably like to this generation, like, yo, my mama used to be on the road. She used to be out there with Hammer.
Right. Like, Hammer's the shit,
auntie,
bro. I got so much.
Honestly,
work for Hammer,
I can tell you that we had his CDs growing up because my mom fucked with him. So I actually bumped.
Dude, I love
CDs,
MC Hammer. I got nothing but love and respect for MC Hammer, bro.
I thought he was really good. Like, if I really think about it, as a teenager, he'd be in the list of people that I listened to.
Not super fire.
I mean, Can't Touch This is one of the most famous rap songs in history. It's got to be.
I was having a conversation on Clubhouse the other day, and they were talking about a new artist that's coming out of Memphis, and they were saying, how ubiquitously Memphis he is, so like kind of like Crunchy Black from 3-6 Mafia, he like does a lot of dancing in his music and in the videos and whatnot, and and like dudes was like, that the young kids nowadays, they don't like dancing like that. I'm like, I don't think that's really true. I think that this generation is finally getting back to dancing. I was like, if
everybody loves dancing.
Yeah, everybody loves dancing.
Yeah, I think that
like, if
it's
anything,
like
this generation, the artists, they're starting to dance in their music videos, and that hasn't really existed since like the 80s with Kane. You know what I mean? And then and then in the 90s, it was just Hammer. And like Vanilla Ice, but like Hammer, like really like was out there, like he danced. He
did. He with the pants on,
with the fucking pants.
With the fucking pants. I had Reebok pumps and the pants. I thought it was so cool.
That's amazing. No, but it's cool because like, well, it's you. And that's why it's real. It's just like, you know what? I got to think about listening to that album. That's blessed. Flako likes it. Everybody's on board. MC Hammer is a dope artist.
Man, Sir Mix-a-Lot too was a big one.
Yo, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Because the thing about Sir Mix-a-Lot is, sorry to cut you off. The thing is, Baby Got Back is such a huge record, but people don't know Sir Mix-a-Lot's albums are fire.
We don't
like he
know
is
that.
so underrated. Like Sir Mix-a-Lot is fucking ridiculously dope. His music is fire. Go listen to the actual album. And Baby Got Back ain't even the best song. That's just the one that popped. Like his shit is fire, bro. I fucks with Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I mean, back then, right? Like all those guys, you got to give them their credit for being great because back then there was no like. In order to make it, you had to be the real genuine article. Like.
I remember listening to Baby Got Back recently and thinking about how tight it was. Not just like pop, but like how
even
tight
right now
it's
a great song. It's a great song.
It's time. Song. Yeah, no, it's dope. But like, so you're basically in high school in a culture that is surrounded by a lot of this stuff that's like happening, like in a more organic sense. So like in the way that like the New York guys tell me, yo, hip hop is happening all around me. I walk out in the streets.
Right.
So this is like a lot of that kind of people is kind of coming up. So when you're going out to like clubs and shows and shit, like these are the people touring around and coming to visit a lot more frequently than others. So like it's all part of your world.